Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mike with FormAWin here to help you guys get your first engineering job. Today we have Nicholas, one of our top clients. Let's get into it.
FormAWin for over 4 months
Part
now.
of the FormAWin community for a couple months now.
I just got my first internship.
I just landed my first internship.
Biggest thing I want you guys to do is take one thing away from today and make sure you implement it in your life.
100% directly resulted in me getting an internship offer.
Hey
Nicholas,
everyone, my name is Nicholas. I'm a student at the University of Florida. I'm running a Master's of Science in Chemical Engineering. I'm also a podcast host, and I am the newest outside sales representative for Cationics, which is a chemical manufacturing company that specializes in generating formulations designed to optimize wastewater treatment processes.
awesome. Yeah, Nicholas, I mean, it's been great working with you. You've been one of our top clients for a good time and just kind of going through this process of getting you from point A to point B. It's been great. I love working with you, and I'm looking forward to an awesome, fruitful partnership and collaboration with you from now and for the future as well. And then for everybody watching, all these links are going to be in the description. So make sure you check him out, follow him in his journey. But today we're here to talk about your success and what you've gotten to. So why don't you give us a little bit of background as far as, maybe why you joined FormAWin? Talk to us about that.
So, so first off, right back at you, brother. I'm really looking forward to working with you too, and you've been an incredible help to me. So yeah, you do a great work, and I'm just proud to be part of your team. So, what's changed for me since, or why did I start joining? Why did I join FormAWin? That's the question here. So, it's kind of interesting the way it worked out because when I started my master's degree, there was a big question looming over my head. It was like, what are you going to do after you graduate? What is the path after that? And when I was extrapolating that question, I wasn't seeing good answers, and I wanted to I wanted to increase my odds of success because they weren't at the levels that I wanted them to be at. So uh, somehow, coincidentally, you reached out to me on LinkedIn and you were asking me if I was interested in career coaching. I told you that career coaching is something that I've been participating in for several years now. I mean, I've been doing it for probably like 3, 4 years now at this point with another career coach that has helped me out very much. And I joined FormAWin I because you provided significant and meaningful guidance and support, and you helped me synthesize my thoughts into actionable steps, and then you provided the encouragement to take action on those steps and to take those steps and to increase my chances of success by taking those steps.
Yeah, no, 100%, right. And then especially with what we do for everybody watching, it's a case by case basis. We are a coaching program. It's different than mentorship, and we'll talk about that. But everybody is just different for how we really accelerate your growth and get you to your goals. Everybody has a different mission. Everybody has a different brand. Everybody has a different goal in mind. And what we like to do is reverse engineer exactly how to get there, right? So we incorporate check-ins, we incorporate different systems, and all of these things, including our community, play a role in developing you into where you want to get to. And Nicholas is, one of the clients, one of the people that can take anything wrong with it and extract like 500% out of it. So that's why I love working with you too, because like a lot of people say they want to do a lot of things and then they don't do all of the actions to get there, but you do all of the actions and then some. So I significantly appreciate that, and that's why it's great working with you, because that's just when it gets fun. And that's when we can get tactical, and then that's when we see results faster too. So that's a little touch on that, but I have some more questions, and I'm sure everybody else has some more questions for your background as well. I mean, we already talked about what your new position is going to be and the steps to get there, but what changed for you since joining FormAWin, right? So talk to us about, and I mean, we touched on it, but what changed, and then how did we get you to where you want to be?
The the mentality is what really changed. It it I went from being defensive to being offensive,
Mm-hmm,
you
mm-hmm.
know. And instead of waiting for these opportunities to come to me, I decided to go out to them and to find them and to seek what I wanted to find, right? And instead of being complacent, I decided to accelerate my progress, and I decided to set important deadlines. I decided to act with a sense of urgency, and I decided to start taking my networking seriously because at the end of the day, the network is what's going to lead you to the next job. The network is going to be what uh, completely changes the level that you're on in life, and you provided a means to be able to accelerate that progress. And yeah, that's been super influential, super helpful.
So talk to us about building a brand, right? That's obviously important to you. That's something that we talk about a lot with our clients, right? As far as building a brand, but how does that play a role in your life, your career, where you're going, and how does association with FormAWin help with that?
Well, reputation is the first thing that comes to mind. And branding is very new to me, and I do have some anecdotal experience with it, mainly as my time as a supplemental instruction leader for General Chemistry 1 at the Florida Institute of Technology. In a way, that was sort of my brand. I was branding the supplemental instruction program offered by the school, and I had to set a good reputation. I had to make people know about it. I had to get our name out there, and I did that very successfully. I mean, I ended up teaching over 600 students at the Florida Institute of Technology, and they were freshmen, so it was a lot of their first classes in college, and on average, they earned about 10% higher than the students who didn't attend my sessions. Mm-hmm. And in a lot of cases, they actually went from failing to getting a C or a B, and or they went from a C to an A, right? So it was a very influential program. After that, I founded the investment club, and we're going to be presenting to it on Wednesday. And that was more of a branding opportunity because I had to pretty much get the name out there. I had to convince people that this club was worth checking out and the meetings were worth going to, and that what we had to share was worth listening to. And we did that successfully. I mean, we ended up having several guest speakers, and we had many Socratic discussions, and now the club still is living, and it's still strong, and it's probably stronger than it was when I was the president. And I think that goes to show you that branding works, and if you set a good reputation for yourself, then it'll pay off. And moving forward, this is actually one of the biggest skills that I need to learn about. I mean, as the newest sales representative for Cationics, I have to build that brand. I mean, that is essentially my job. I have to get this name out there. I have to get these molecules out there in the world, and I have to convince people that it's worth buying into and checking out. And on top of that, I have a podcast called The Breen Show, and that's going to coincide well with it. I want to brand myself. I want to show people that I'm trustworthy and that I'm honest, and that that I have a good reputation, and I want to establish a good reputation with the public. And I believe that's fundamentally the core of branding, is just making sure that you set a good reputation with those who are interested in whatever you have to offer.
Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, branding is so critical. Reputation is everything, right? And that's something that not a lot of students focus on, especially like in this engineering world and different things that we do. It's that everybody's very focused about their classes, their technical work. And then once they start a job, if they start a job, then they don't even worry about that at all, right? But like the biggest thing like I want for my clients, and like something I can do, especially with us building a brand, is now I can realistically call and go anywhere I want to go for a good reason. But I want that for everybody as well, right? And you're building yourself up to be able to do that too. And that's just like an incredibly important thing, because it goes a long way. When we talk about career stability or becoming, what's the word, recession proof, that's what goes into it, right? So I'm glad you bring that up, and that's something that's also attracted us together too. So I love that, and I can't wait to speak at the investment club with you. It's gonna be super cool. Everybody can catch that recording. Got the little dog in the background, don't worry about her. But talk to us a little bit about your favorite part about the FormAWin program, as well as what's different than your typical mentorship, right? What's different from mentorship outside of our coaching program, and then different things that we've done, and just what's been your favorite part about it?
The practicality. There's a lot of kind of gimmicky programs out there where they're like, oh, like do this, or check out this workshop, or check out my this or that, or buy my whatever. And it's like, it's impractical. I mean, there's something about FormAWin that seems very practical. That seems like it fundamentally encourages you to take the action that you need to take to get the job done. I mean, and that's what it's really all about. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you feel or what you're thinking. Like, what really matters is the steps that you take to get the job done. I mean, and mentality plays into that. Just, I think that FormAWin really just helps you. I think it really helps you narrow down your ideas into the most important ones. And then it helps you figure out the steps that you need to take in order to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve.
And I love it, especially being a systems engineer, just because that's what I am. I mean, we think in systems and processes, so definitely a natural fit for me. But taking it to this side of the world is super fun. I'm so passionate about it. And I mean, just to your point, right? It's like a game almost. Like I like to just take everybody and make them into their best self and get the action plan to where we need to be. So love it. Thank you for touching on that. Now talking about, maybe somebody that's interested in FormAWin or they're looking at FormAWin, but maybe on the fence about it. What would you say to them?
So I would say that I would say that it. That's a good question, Michael. What I would say to them is that even with career coaching in general, you might have an idea as to what actions that you can take. However, it's a lot more encouraging when you are taking those actions and discussing these things with career coaches, and when you're removing emotion out of the situation and you're removing all these subjective things and you're just looking at your life and your career path objectively. You're saying, where am I at? Where do I want to go? Who do I need to get in contact with to get to where I want to go? And how do I get in contact with those people? Like, I feel like FormAWin and career coaching in general helps you boil down all of your ideas into the most important tasks that you need to accomplish to get your job done. I mean, some people have a easier time with that than others on doing that autonomously. I mean, I'm someone who can work on my own, and I understand that sometimes you don't always need that encouragement. I just think that this can really serve as a catalyst to get you moving in the right direction. And I think that as you talk about these things and as you flush out these ideas, like, you're going to learn about yourself in the process. I mean, you're going to learn exactly what it is that you want to do, what you don't want to do. And as you develop your psychology on these things, you'll essentially just become wiser, and I think you're just going to be a lot more able and a lot more capable and a lot more likely to achieve the success that it is that you want to achieve, because you've distilled your thoughts into the actions you need to take. And doing that with a career coach has helped me tremendously. It's been one of the most influential and important services that I've ever received in my life. And I think that it can serve people, especially young people, in a way that is invaluable. And I think it's a great service for anybody to check out.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you for that breakdown. It's really important, everybody. Again, watching these videos, especially if you're here right now watching this, you're a true 1%er making it this all the way through the video. Take some notes and apply some stuff and think about some stuff too, because all this can apply in several different aspects of your life. This is not only a testimonial video. This is a moment for you to change and then get closer to your goal, wherever you want to get to. So take that moment. Nicholas, I got a few more questions for you. We talked about where you're going, right? But what are some of your future goals? What are some of your dreams? What's next for you?
Well, I really want to grow this podcast. I think it'll be a good opportunity to give a voice to a lot of people. And I also want to essentially, set like a very high goal, like North Star level goal. I'd like to revolutionize the wastewater industry by implementing the formulations developed by Cationics. I think that is a reasonable goal. I think I see real opportunity for optimization and improvement, and a healthier ecosystem. I mean, I can get into the technical details, but I'll save it for later. But fundamentally, it's an opportunity to improve the treatment of wastewater, and I think that's a very important thing to do for people. On top of that, my goal is to finish my master's degree with honors, and to just help people out as much as I can along the way. I mean, at one point in my life, this was everything I ever wanted. And, I think it's important to give back to the people who helped get you to where you are, and to support the people around you, and, to uplift your peers along the way. I mean, nobody does this on an island, and I think that generosity is important. I think that listening to other people is important, learning what they have to say, and, giving them the time of day to share what they think and how they feel. And yeah, so what's really important to me is giving people that opportunity to express themselves, to have a voice on my platform, and to just help people rise along with me, because I'm interested in going to very, I'm interested in achieving very high goals and maintaining a high bar. And I'm also interested in bringing people up with me because that's what's really, you know, that's very, very important. And I think that's going to make life a lot more fun. And I think that's worth getting up and working hard for.
Yeah, I love it. And that, that's the mission, that's the dream, especially, what we're doing here, what you're doing, all this stuff is the way that you need to operate. And I love it. So, I mean, it sounds like some awesome things in the future for you. And one last thing for you is, and anything closing, anything else you want to tell anybody watching, then that'll be it, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always worth it to put in that extra 10%. So, there's a lot of days where you're going to be working and you're not going to receive any recognition, and you're going to look around and nobody's going to be looking. Nobody's going to give you applause. Nobody's going to give you a high five or a pat on the back. And you might think to yourself, like, man, what am I doing this for? Is it going to pay off? And I'm here to tell you right now that it will pay off, and it does pay off. And the people who go that extra mile are going to be so much further ahead than the people who don't, right? Especially if you're in college, if you're like 18, 19, 20, it's like you haven't had that time for your actions to compound, right? And that can be discouraging. And I want to encourage you guys to just continue fighting, stay patient, stay deliberate, stay hungry, stay disciplined. You know what you have to do, and you know the actions that you have to take. And I just encourage you to keep taking those actions. And especially on the days where you're tired, where you're hungry, where you're sore. Just as a former fisherman and wrestling captain, there was just countless days where, it was hard to continue fighting. And, I kept fighting and it paid off. And those are some of my proudest victories. And I just want to encourage people to keep fighting the good fight, keep fighting your own fight hard, fight fair, always give the extra 10%, and strive for the highest good that you can conceive of. Set a North Star, set an important goal, one that's genuinely important to you, something that's unique to you, and then try to work backwards from there and do everything in your power to achieve the success you want to achieve, and don't accept anything else other than the success that you can obtain, because you have the power and you have the opportunity to make the life that you want to live. And it is your responsibility and it is your privilege to be able to do that. So lock in, stay strong, stay focused, and the seeds that you sow today will bear fruits in the future. And I hope that you achieve everything you want in your life and more.
Thank you, Nicholas. Everybody watching, that is how you form a win. Take that, rewatch it. That was some really important, strong words, Nicholas. So everybody watching, thank you for staying here. Comment your best takeaway in the comments. Go follow Nicholas. Go form a win. We'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.